It was June 2nd, 1946, when the nuclear test occurred at Bikini, atoll that, but it certainly wasn't the last. Between 1946 and 1989, there was a large number of atomic explosions which hit the uninhabited islands that were detonated by the US. As a result, several radioactive isotopes and the notable being of Saturnium-90 were released into the atmosphere and soon irradiated the water surrounding the islands. In 1976, during the cleaning process, it was discovered that there was life hidden at the bottom surrounding the ocean. Using special radar technology, it was determined that these creatures were unusual because they had adapted and they had inhabited the artifact constructed within the large continents. Now, in the short while the Bikini was atoll was temporarily inhabited, which is prior to the Colosseum, it began to take effect in 1982. The US troops were known for leaving things behind, including buckets, chests, and tin cans. When one of these islands sank as a result of the Castle Bravo nuclear test on March 1st, 1954, these items ended up being at the bottom of the ocean. For some reason, the sea creatures were encountered in the 1976 expedition. They were more intelligent than usual. They had utilized this waste and began to live with them, treating them almost as if they were part of their natural surroundings. Animals such as crabs began primarily to form of civilization to our own. Some of the land animals were seen being sent down by specialist suits to these to adapt with these sea creatures. Now, this selected by a group that continued inhabitant up until 1998. A person working for a corporation and Nickelodeon Tour funded this company, and a few people who saw the creatures in action. This eventually provided some inspiration with the certain popular children's television program, SpongeBob SquarePants. And that, my little pretties, was SpongeBob SquarePants Fury, a SpongeBob creepypasta. My final thoughts on this story. It's a SpongeBob Fury pasta, so I'm gonna say this is actually pretty well made and detailed. This is actually a pretty good Fury regarding the SpongeBob. Now, I think this was made sometime in 2012, maybe 2013 perhaps. I'm not really 100% sure, but I gotta say, I definitely do like the fact that that this story actually, had believability. It just told a little bit of a backstory, Fury, of what actually happened and how SpongeBob came to be, or how Steven Hillenburg, rest in peace, has, had ideas to create the show. Now, this is actually a pretty interesting Fury of how the show SpongeBob became to be made. So, this is actually pretty believable to extent. So, I could definitely see this being the case on, how SpongeBob, exists, or how SpongeBob came to be, or how Steven Hillenburg got inspired to make SpongeBob. So, with that being the case, this is all very believable. Like, I could definitely say, this is all very believable. Even though this story is, an old one, it's still a really well made concept. Now, I do know for a fact that this story actually portrayed pretty good believability on what became Bikini Bottom and etc. It's actually pretty amazing to see this. So, I thought this was like a SpongeBob creepypasta when I first saw this on the wiki back in 2018 or something. I wasn't really sure what to think of this, so now I'm going out of my way and narrating this. This is actually a pretty well made Fury. Like, this person actually put a lot of time and effort into this to make it a real Fury. Now, this Fury is believable. Not gonna lie. This was actually a pretty believable Fury, as it uses a pretty good, believability to it. So, with that being the case, and with that being said, I'm gonna sit there and say this. This pasta was actually very believable, really well made in detail, and I really do enjoy how the grammar went out. The grammar was pretty good in this story. So that I can definitely say. The grammar of the story is really well done. So that I'm definitely going to say. It's a pretty good, well-made story. So, this story, I could definitely say, was pretty interesting for what this story was. It had a really good concept going for it. The grammar was well made. The sentence structuring was good. The storyline actually went out very well, and I do like how this story, portrayed a pretty good, detail in it. Like, the person who wrote this story, the author, obviously, put a lot of good believability into the story. So, that's actually one of the reasons why I actually was surprised to come across this Fury. Now, I was looking for a SpongeBob Fury pasta for like a while, so I can so I definitely have to say this was actually a pretty well made Fury. So, with that being the case, and with that being said, this Fury actually went out very well. It was believable. Really do have to say, it's a pretty good story. So, with that being the case, and with that being said, I actually found this to be rather amazing and well made. So, with that being the case, I actually really enjoyed this story. So, I don't know who the original author is, as it does not say who the original author is, so I'm gonna leave this as anonymous for now. If I do find out who the original author is, I'll be sure to give him or her proper credit, because this is an awesome story. To the author, if you are watching this and you happen to be the writer of this story, let me know in the comments below, so then that way I could sit there and, make sure you get proper credit. This was obviously a really well made story. It was awesome. You did very good. So, anyways, with that being the case and with that being said, now this story was actually really well made in detail. It's on the regular Creepypasta Wiki for those who are wondering. So, anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna sit there and say this right now. This is simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that is fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be a 10 out of 10. Pretty good pasta. It was good and well made. There was definitely a lot of time and effort into this Fury. This was a really great Fury. It had a lot of believability. It was just downright awesome. So, with that being the case, and with that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better. Leave me now your thoughts down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so that you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out.